Hello, and welcome to A Word of Hope for this Tuesday of the 6th week in Easter. I'm Brother Joe Trout. And our first reading today is just fascinating to me. That we have this story of Paul in prison, and there's an earthquake that breaks him out, and then he doesn't leave. In fact, waits, and then the prison guard is terrified, and oh no, we're still here. We didn't run away. Why not? Why did God break them free? Why didn't they leave? What's going on? Um, I think it taps into this big question within Christianity that I hear coming up from students all the time on retreats. And this idea that everything happens for a reason. I hear Christians say this all the time. Everything happens for a reason. You know, we get into this in the book of Ecclesiastes. We hear there's a time to be born and a time to die, a time for weeping and a time for laughing. And so it seems like there's a logic to all things, but Ecclesiastes goes on that sure, there's a time for all those things, but we don't actually understand when they are and how it works, and we don't really grasp the fullness of God's plan. And in fact, we get throughout the Bible that some of the reasons things happen are evil and sin, and horrifying things that aren't, because of love in the world, but they're because of hate. And yet, to live in hope does seem to mean to keep clinging to this idea that we have a God of reason, that a God who has thought and love that governs all of reality, and to cling to some sense of purpose in all of it is one of the most foundational parts of hope, to cling to this idea that there's meaning out there. So I think this passage today just brings us back to that question. Okay, what is that meaning? Do we ever really totally grasp what it is or why different things are happening? That to have a certain caution in life, that to say that sure, we absolutely believe in a meaningful God, but that does not imply that I will understand every little bit, and that in fact some of the things that God does are so shocking throughout the Acts of the Apostles, that God does things in ways that unfold in totally unpredicted patterns, that St. Paul didn't run away, and that brought about the salvation of his guard and his family. And so I invite you to look today for the unexpected patterns, to be willing to step back and find trust in God, that God is in control, but that does not mean that I will make sense out of it here or now, and to find the patience to sit with God as our lives are still unfolding. Thank you, and God bless.